All right, let's dive into a really fascinating story today. We're going to look at one single plant that has had botanists scratching their heads for well over a century. And the reason why is pretty simple. On the surface, it seems to completely break all the rules of biology.
So, say hello to Monolena primuliflora. And just look at it. At first glance, it's just a knockout tropical plant. You've got these huge, beautifully textured dark green leaves, and then this long, graceful stalk with these delicate pink flowers. It looks like it belongs in a lush, humid jungle, right? But it's hiding a secret right at its base.
And this is the puzzle we're going to solve. This plant has a physical feature that's literally built for surviving drought, just like a cactus. And yet, if you let it get even a little bit dry, it wilts immediately. It absolutely demands constant moisture. So what on earth is going on here?
Yeah, this isn't just some weird little quirk. It's a genuine biological paradox. It's like the plant is sending two totally different messages about how it lives. So let's start digging into the clues.
Now, this slide really lays out the problem perfectly. On one side, you have the caudex, that's that swollen, lumpy base, which is a classic tool for storing water through long, dry periods. But then you look at what it actually wants, and it's the total opposite. It needs constant moisture, high humidity. It's like having a camel that absolutely cannot survive without its own personal swimming pool. It just doesn't add up.
And get this isn't some brand new mystery. People have known about this plant since way back in 1870, when it was first brought over to Europe. For more than a century and a half, it's kind of flown under the radar, confusing just about anyone who tries to grow it.
Okay, every good mystery needs some detective work, right? So let's put on our hats and take a really close look at the evidence. Every single part of this plant is a clue that's going to help us figure out its true identity.
First up, the leaves. And wow, are they something else? They can get huge, up to 25 centimeters long, with that deep green, super veiny surface. But then flip them over, and you get this gorgeous reddish-violet color. And if you zoom right in, you see these weird little things hanging off of it. We're going to file that away for later.
And here we have it. Exhibit A, the source of all the confusion, the caudex. This thing can get up to 10 centimeters wide, and its whole job, its entire biological purpose, is to be a water tank. So you'd think, okay, simple, I'll let it dry out between waterings. But nope, you would be very, very wrong. And of course, we can't forget the flowers. They have this really cool way of showing up, emerging from this tightly coiled stalk that just slowly unwinds, revealing one perfect pink flower at a time. It's a really unique and captivating little shell. Okay, so we've got our clues laid out. We've seen the leaves, the flowers, and that baffling caudex. It's time to piece this puzzle together. Let's solve this thing. And here it is, the single most important clue, the word that unlocks this entire mystery: epiphyte. This one word changes everything. You see, here's the twist. In the wild, Monolena doesn't grow in the deep, rich soil of the forest floor. It grows on trees. As an epiphyte, its roots are just clinging to bark. And suddenly, that caudex makes complete and total sense. It's not there to survive a long, dry season on the ground. It's a personal canteen for getting through a few dry hours on a tree branch, waiting for the next tropical rain shower.
So, we've cracked the main case, right? But what if I told you there's more to the story? Remember those weird little things under the leaves? Well, they might be a clue to an even cooler secret.
Okay, so there's this theory, and I should say it's still just a theory, that this might be what's called an ant plant. This quote here asks a really interesting question. Could those little growths be bait? Bait to attract ants?
And this picture shows you exactly what we're talking about. The idea is that the plant forms this little partnership. It offers up these tasty snacks, and in return, the ants might protect it, or help spread its seeds, or even bring it nutrients. It's a fantastic idea, and just adds this whole other layer to the story.
Okay, so now that we've figured out its secret identity, we basically have the instruction manual for how to care for it. The whole goal is just to pretend you're a tree branch in a tropical rainforest. All right, let's break it down with this cheat sheet. It all comes together now, doesn't it? You got to keep it constantly moist because that's what it expects living on a tree. Never ever let it dry out. Use something super airy like orchid bark, definitely not regular potting soil. Give it some nice, gentle shade, just like it would get under the forest canopy, and keep it warm. See? No more paradox.
You know, figuring out the secrets of this one little plant from Central and South America is really cool on its own, but it also points to something much, much bigger. This plant's story is just the perfect reminder that nature doesn't always play by the simple rules we write down in textbooks. What looks like a total contradiction, a desert feature on a jungle plant, is actually this incredibly clever solution to a very specific problem. You know, how do you live your life up in the air on the side of a tree?
And that's really what I want to leave you with. This one plant kept its secret for over 150 years. It just makes you wonder, what other incredible puzzles, what other mind-blowing solutions are out there hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to take a closer look?